This is just people. You know, that we're looking for freedom, but you know, our the Venezuelan government, I'll bet they'll go, it's a bunch of American propaganda from the United States of we're getting paid or something. We are not. You know, this is a person-to-person thing. This is a freedom-oriented individual wanting to help free and them understand the definition of what we're even talking about. So is there, or do you even seek U.S. approval or government money, or is it coming? Do some people get it? I mean, what's going on? Is Maduro them right? Is there some U.S. influence, you know, government money doing some other? Because I guarantee in the end, the United States government is sponsoring anything. They're not sponsoring freedom. They ain't sponsoring freedom. You know, they're sponsoring what they want.
No, we don't receive governmental support from the United States. The money that the United States government gives to the Venezuelan people, it goes to the
government.
Frente Amplio budget. Okay, so Vente and Libertarian Movement of Venezuela do not receive money from the American government. We only receive money from you guys.
All right. Well, we want to help. You know, the Vente, it's, you know, for me, it's 20 what? I mean, what does the title mean?
Vente, it means like, come with us.
Oh, like ven aquí, you know, vente.
Ven aquí, yes.
Yeah, okay, I get it. Okay, come with us. So, yeah, okay. It's conjugation of the verb va, to go, vente, come. See, I remember my Spanish. All right. When we come back,
when
we come back, we'll get another volunteer. Luis, thank you. We're going to help. You know, if Glenn knew to contact us. You got you covered, man. We're going to get you all kinds of goodies. We'll be right back here on Declare Your Independence with me, Ernest Hancock. See, just fun, just people talking. What's up?
There are basically two types of advertising: direct response and branding. Radio's.
I'm sorry?
We have Maria Bernal on the line, but she's not. She's having technical problems. So
maybe later.
But here, have a seat.
Okay, and this David?
This is David Torres. Yes.
David. I said it wrong. Okay. So,
hola, un placer.
Hello. Okay, now you're from where?
¿De dónde vienes?
Soy de Venezuela. Pertenezco al partido Vente Venezuela.
He says, I'm from Venezuela. I'm from the party Vente Venezuela.
Okay. Now, I would like to know more about this party and how it got started. Did you fill out some paperwork? You know, you just put a flyer on a telephone pole or something? You know, I mean, what does that mean?
¿Cuándo empezaron y cómo lo empezaron como partido?
Nosotros empezamos en el año 2013.
We started in the year 2013.
Es el único partido liberal que hay en Venezuela en estos momentos. Todos los partidos son socialistas.
It's the only liberal party, and we're talking classical liberal party in Venezuela. All the other parties are socialist.
Okay, wait. You guys have been around for 5-6 years?
Ustedes estaban operando mientras 5 o 6 años.
Sí, tenemos todo este tiempo
infiltrated. There is no way in hell that you're going to be around that long that the government doesn't have somebody in there looking at whatever. Do you guys care? Does it matter? You know, you have bad experiences? Are you able to, is it a political party that you can run people on the ballot? Is it, you know, I mean, if you've been around that long and being effective and advocating for freedom, the man has got people inside. I guarantee it. So tell me about that.
Él dice que si estaba trabajando tanto tiempo, que obvio que el gobierno va a actuar contra ustedes y que serían infiltradores, y él quiere saber qué está haciendo el gobierno contra de Vente y qué tipo de éxito está teniendo Vente en términos de como diputados y las candidatas que están postulándose.
Tenemos diputados a la Asamblea Nacional.
We have deputies in the National Assembly.
Hemos avanzado en el...
that's a system that will create prosperity in our country.
Okay, now deputies, what is deputy? I got deputies in what? What's a deputy?
Like congressmen.
Oh, so they're elected.
Members of the National Assembly.
So
yes, they're elected.
It's kind of like a Free State Project or something? How you're cutting out?
Oh, sorry.
So you
Say
have
that again, I think we're back.
okay. Do you have it's like a free state project of Venezuela?
No, it's a political party.
Well, that's kind of the Free State Project. They wanted this social thing, get all these people freedom-oriented, educated, move to New Hampshire, and then they'd run for office, and they get a couple of dozen legislators, out of 400 and whatever. So they have a presence in the government. So you're saying you have a presence in the government as elected officials.
Estás diciendo que tienes una presencia en el gobierno con oficiales del Estado.
No.
Sí, diputado.
Diputado, sí, en este momento sí.
Sí. So he said, yes, we have deputy. In this moment, we have deputies.
Okay. All right. So now
Es
in there.
importante para nosotros.
So the legislation
Es
that they.
importante para nosotros que el mundo se.
I'm sorry. What did you say? All right. Here we're coming back. Here we go.
Liberty Radio Network, broadcasting the latest liberty-oriented audio content 24 hours a day at LRN.FM.
There are those that just want to be left alone, and those that just won't leave them alone. Which one are you? The Ernest Hancock Show.
Yeah, taking care of business in Venezuela, Colombia, and Poland, and around the world. It's one thing. This is what I've been trying to tell the audience. I'm going, look, this is not a geographic thing. It's a generational thing. You're not looking at this country, that country, this country. That you're looking at this age group, this generation next. The next generation coming up and going, God, man, what did we inherit? A bunch of debt and broken down infrastructure, and they want to rule me, and I can't, and you got to always and stuff. I'm going, oh, hell no. That is not. Once you get exposed to libertarian philosophy of you own yourself and the proper role of government, Declaration of Independence. That's why this show is called Declare Your Independence with Ernest Hancock. Do you have to do it with me? No, you can do it by yourself. Declare my independence. See how easy it was? And no government form. There's no geography in this thing. It's a generational mindset. And that's what's happening. That's what we're helping with. That's why these guys know that they can count on me to be part of and help and do something. Because, damn, this is where the revolution starts. It's young people. You got a good tune, music, a little bit of, Common Cause, you got, what do they call it? Common Sense by Thomas Paine. You got common sense, man. Just what's the cause? Just, it's the cause. I think I might have said common cause before. It's not that. Common sense. So this rhetoric that you can just use to educate people what should be, it comes down to general public opinion. How can I help with general public opinion in Venezuela? Well, we're going to find out. We got another activist up here who's going to explain it to us and what we can do, but they already have some elected officials. They got a party. So tell me about this libertarian party in Venezuela. Is there a budget, a headquarters, a candidates, a structure? Tell me about a convention. Tell me about this, party, and does it have the capacity to be president? All right, go.
Sobre Vente Venezuela, en lo que están haciendo ustedes y si tienen la capacidad de ganar y de tomar la presidencia.
Nosotros enfrentamos al régimen criminal de Nicolás Maduro todos los días.
We're confronting the criminal regime of Nicolás Maduro every day.
Es importante primero recuperar la libertad y desmantelar el Estado criminal para recuperar la paz y la libertad, no solamente en el país, sino en la región.
It's important that we confront the regime and recuperate or get back the liberty of our country, not only for the stability of Venezuela, but for the whole region.
Okay, now wait. I want to ask just one question. The gentleman that Garrido, whatever his name was, that was selected by the United States neocon government, that we're going to use this guy to, based on we don't like the other presidents, kind of like an impeachment thing for Trump deal. Were you guys supportive of that, behind that, didn't care about that? Was he really representative of freedom, or just another, faction that was going to take over Venezuela? Explain to him my question, if they supported the Garrido guy.
La pregunta es que si ustedes apoyan a Juan Guaidó, que él dije que fue selectado por Estados Unidos, y cuál es la relación entre Guaidó y la libertad y Guaidó y Vente.
Juan Guaidó tiene que cumplir con su juramento a los venezolanos.
Juan Guaidó needs to comply with his juramento, judgment, with his promises to the Venezuelans.
Nosotros exigimos a Juan Guaidó que se ponga a la altura de la situación que viven los venezolanos. Es urgente salir de Nicolás Maduro ya.
We are urging Juan Guaidó to rise to the level that he needs to in order to support the liberty of Venezuela, and it's urgent that he take action to topple Maduro.
Es importante recuperar la libertad para también nosotros poder transformar el país e implementar un sistema distinto al que ha gobernado Venezuela durante mucho tiempo, que es el socialismo.
So it's important that we recuperate our liberty and we implement a political system that's distinct from socialism.
Okay, now, wait. How are you going to do that?
¿La Constitución de Venezuela permite capitalismo en este momento o eso requiere socialismo?
Es necesario que luego de que Nicolás Maduro salga de Miraflores, exista una constituyente que permita sentar las bases de la libertad.
It's necessary that after Nicolás Maduro leaves Miraflores, that they create a constituent assembly to create a new constitution that supports liberty.
And passed on some piece of paper.
The ideas of liberty.
Hemos avanzado suficiente en estos 8 años donde enfrentamos al socialismo en el debate de ideas.
We have advanced tremendously during these 8 years of work, and we've advanced a lot in the debate of ideas.
Los venezolanos quieren libertad y, por supuesto, que rechazan el socialismo.
Venezuelans want liberty, and now Venezuelans reject socialism.
Okay, they reject socialism because why? Because it's not working? Or a philosophical thing, or self-ownership thing?
Los venezolanos rechazan el socialismo por los controles, por la pobreza, por la miseria, por lo que estamos viviendo en estos momentos.
Venezuelans are rejecting socialism because of the controls, because of the poverty, because of the hunger, and we're living the consequences of socialism right now.
Es evidente lo que estamos viviendo y todos conocemos lo que realmente representa el socialismo, que es pobreza, miseria y muerte. Y todas las personas que han muerto hoy en Venezuela es por el socialismo.
So people in Venezuela understand because we're living it, and of the misery and the hunger and the poverty and all the people who've died because of socialism. So we understand because we're seeing it with our own eyes in Venezuela.
We are seeing it here as well. We've seen it throughout our history and the history of the world. But there are forces that benefit from it. What do you think that you're up against? It's not just Maduro. It's the people that think like him, the people that want, collective access to all the resources of the people, to the oil, to the mining, to the fishing, to the what they want to control. Do people understand that? Is that something?
Okay. Bueno, a pesar de, digamos que de la cultura socialista, los venezolanos apuestan por trabajar y no depender del Estado, a pesar de la situación que vivimos en estos momentos.
So the Venezuelans want to work and not live at the expense of the state at this point.
Really?
La gente quiere regalías, la gente quiere trabajar y obtener sus cosas a través del trabajo y el esfuerzo.
People don't want gifts. They want to work and obtain their things by means of the work and effort, their own work and effort.
All right, if they understand freedom, then that brings up just something I'm going to throw. Oh, here it comes. Or he didn't say it. He said it. All right, here it comes. What about gun rights? What about arming themselves? Do they believe that the individual should be able to have a gun?
¿Qué opina el pueblo venezolano sobre la porta de armas y qué opina el Vente sobre porta de armas?
En estos momentos es difícil que los venezolanos hablen sobre el porte de armas sin tener libertad o un sistema de justicia que funcione
In this
para
moment,
Venezuela.
it's difficult in Venezuela to talk about guns without the liberty to speak, without a functioning justice system.
Creemos además que el individuo tiene digamos, la responsabilidad de protegerse a sí mismo, pero debemos recuperar las instituciones en Venezuela, debemos recuperar el Estado de Derecho para poder avanzar en temas como este.
We want to develop the freedom of people to protect themselves, but we need to regain our institutions and the rule of law that protects ourselves. And at that point, we'll be able to recuperate the right to bear arms.
Okay, so first you want to make sure that they understand liberty first, and then how to defend it. You know, so see here in America because we went through this, of course, in our revolution, and it's the First Amendment. You know, the right to speak and assemble and and petition the government for redress without getting shot. You know, this is for protesting and so on. But then the Second Amendment was there to protect the First Amendment. Without the Second Amendment, there's not really a First Amendment. So I'm wondering where your power comes from, because Maduro sends in more thugs and says, no, you're not allowed to talk. Then what?
Él dice que en Estados Unidos tenemos el primer amendimiento que garantiza el derecho de libertad de expresión y el segundo amendimiento que garantiza el derecho de portar de armas, que es para proteger el primer amendimiento. Y en Venezuela, como no tienen armas, venga Maduro, ¿qué opinas en este sistema? ¿O qué poder tiene el pueblo para enfrentar el régimen si no tienen armas?
Claro, sería importante que las personas pudieran defenderse. Si tuviésemos el libre porte de armas, es evidente que Nicolás Maduro no estuviera en el poder en estos momentos.
Yeah, but important when? I mean, when is it going to be, important? I mean, you can't even get to that point unless you have the ability to defend your ability to speak.
Yeah, well, what he said is that if the people of Venezuela right now had the freedom to bear arms, Nicolas Maduro would already be out of power. And so he's supporting the idea that the people do need the freedom to bear arms.
Well, I mean, yeah, I misunderstood. I jumped in the translation, but the way I get it is that from my perspective, it's always chicken or egg thing. Which comes first? Usually it's just the mindset. It's the revolution between the ears. Once you understand that, the gun issue is like I don't know if they were Star Trek'd up or not, but it's like a Vulcan mind meld, from Spock into the brain of the people. That's how Maduro, he's not letting you have guns to defend your liberty. It's because he doesn't trust you. He doesn't want you to have liberty. He doesn't want you to defend it. You're an enemy of the state. It's always the state. And I'm just, which comes first? The awareness that you need to defend yourself, or you have to be able to defend yourself to even be able to speak? See, I don't know. We're seeing it played out. But I guarantee the biggest thing is that the people understand that they own themselves, that the whole purpose of government is for defend people being able to defend themselves from all aggression, non-initiation of force. I'm just wondering how that happens. Now with, the internet and being able to communicate, I can see that just information is so powerful. So I'm willing to help with that. But at some point, it's going to go, yep, everybody, the majority of people want to be left alone, and a couple of guys won't leave them alone. Then what?
Sí, la pregunta es que estás siguiendo la educación y en algún punto van a llegar el momento donde la mayoría del pueblo...
And now, live from the studios of Freedom's Phoenix, Ernest Hancock.
¿Y qué hacen en este momento?
Okay, we're in the middle of a question here. He's going to answer. Go ahead, Luis.
Bueno, yo creo que es importante que podamos, que se sigan defendiendo las ideas de libertad y aprovechemos todos los espacios que se generan a partir de ahora como Liberty Camp, que es importante.
So I think it's important that we continue promoting these ideas and that we take advantage of every opportunity, like what we just did here with Liberty Camp, because this is very important.
Los venezolanos estamos conscientes de que debemos enfrentar y derrotar el socialismo y no descansamos. Los libertarios, los liberales no descansamos hasta derrotar el socialismo y derrotar toda esa mafia que existe en Venezuela.
So it's really important that we put all of our effort into defeating socialism, and we cannot rest and we cannot relax until we have finally defeated socialism and in all of Latin America.
Por eso todos los días defendemos las ideas de libertad y las promovemos en todos los espacios.
So for this, we're fighting every day. We're defending liberty, and we're promoting these ideas in every space that we can.
I want to make sure that let's go. Do you have a? Thank you, David. Very good job. Thank you very much.
Gracias.
Do we have one more? Jesus, is he available?
We already talked to Jesus.
Okay,
didn't we?
so we had David, Jesus, Luis, Miguel.
We had one who had to leave, unfortunately. So,
All right,
so
well, we'll go ahead and hang out with us, David. You know, my thing is that, of course, I understand the logic, the necessity, the understanding of the ability to defend myself, my family, my property, you know, but that doesn't mean that I have to resort to a gun. That doesn't mean that I have to resort to force. If you have to resort to force, usually you already lost because you had to resort to force. If you can just change the minds of the people, then you're about 95% there, you know. But I don't advocate violence. Violence, it doesn't work. Not because you're not justified, it just doesn't work. Because then even if you win, then what do I got? I got a bunch of guys in charge of the new marble statues in the legislature and pounding, you know, the podium with their gun, you know, going, pay attention to me. Now I got new guys with guns in charge. So I'm not advocating violence or guns. I'm advocating the right of the individual to be able to defend themselves against aggression. That mindset is what's important. Not that they actually do it, because sometimes doing it just empowers the state. So being peaceful is much more powerful in a lot of ways. Just ask Gandhi or Martin Luther King or a lot of the civil rights protests or women's suffrage or what. I mean, you know, you start going violent, you kind of lose a lot there. So I understand that. I am not about saying that you need to arm yourself and rise up. What I am saying is that the mindset that you own yourself and anything you give, if the government has guns, well, somebody gave them that authority. Somebody delegated that right to them. Somebody said it was okay, and if it wasn't the people, then who was it? So these are fundamental things that if the people understand, and I know when people living under oppression get exposed to libertarian philosophy, all of a sudden they went, whoa, where the hell's this been all my life? It's not the gun. It's the understanding that you as an individual have the ultimate defensive right to defend your rights and your life and your family and your property. That is what's important. Not having the gun or using the gun, just understanding the rationale. Some people would go the other way. They want to be shot. They want to be martyred. They want to be arrested. They want to be, because they believe it brings attention to what the problem is. You get monks in Vietnam sitting down pouring gasoline over themselves and lighting them on fire. In fact, the Arab Spring that happened started with a guy doing that very thing in Tunisia. I'm not advocating that. My point is that it's not violence that always starts the most important revolutions. But it may defend the individuals, because they're going to come after, the more effective you are, the more they're going to come after, or infiltrate. Do you fear, David, do you fear, now I don't expect you to translate all that, you know, but do you fear that the more effective you are, the more dangerous it is for you personally?
Tú tienes miedo que lo más efectivo que estás en la política, lo más peligroso que te llega a ti.
No tengo miedo, estoy claro sobre lo que representa enfrentar a un sistema criminal como lo enfrentamos en estos momentos.
I'm not afraid. I'm very clear in that in my desire to confront this criminal system that I'm confronting, and I'm not afraid.
Mi amor por Venezuela y por la libertad es mucho más grande que el miedo.
My love for Venezuela and for freedom is much bigger than my fear.
That makes you dangerous.
And dice que por eso eres peligroso.
No hay miedo y por eso es que estamos los jóvenes comprometidos por el cambio y por la libertad en Venezuela, pero comprometidos por acabar el socialismo definitivamente, porque Venezuela y los venezolanos entendieron que esto no funciona y que, por supuesto, apostaremos por un sistema de libertades.
There's no fear for us. We are totally dedicated to the fight for freedom and against socialism, and the Venezuelans understand that socialism doesn't work, and we're going to give everything to achieve it.
Yeah, and are you all taking the same bus back across the border later?
¿Todos van juntos en el mismo autobús atrás de la frontera más tarde?
Sí, vamos a viajar todos juntos a pesar de...
Can you go in separate cars?
So you think we're going all together?
Of course you are. Oh, David, thank you very much. We want to help. Let me talk to Glenn and
Nice
Luis.
to meet you.
Yeah, thank you very much. All right, let me talk to Glenn and Kyle. All right, Glenn, Kyle.
Okay.
I mean, are these guys up to speed? Do they really know what they're getting in? You've been around the world and you know how this really goes. You know, and that's why in Africa and Europe, a lot of times you have to call it, you know, something, entrepreneurship. That's what it was. You don't say capitalist. You don't say, for entrepreneurs and making money for taxes. Yeah, that's it, you know. And they go, yeah, you come on in and teach people about how to be all prosperous so we get a cut. I mean, so it's how you do the word. Do these guys understand the battle on the world stage that they're having and the motivation by a lot of people in all governments for them to fail?
I think they understand the situation really well. You know, this is a group of people who's really smart, really well educated. They read, they are enthusiastic, and they've been at this for years. So they're really immersed in the ideas. They understand the situation with an extremely granular level of precision. And they're so brave and so enthusiastic. I've never seen a group of more enthusiastic people anywhere in the world. They're hungry for liberty in a way that is palpable, and so I have a lot of hope for what they're going to accomplish.
Yes, Ernie, it's been an amazing week, and it's an honor to meet these people.
We recognize these people from history, you know, from our history, from recent and past history, and all this kind of heritage stuff. I remember during the Ron Paul campaign of 2008, he was saying, look, if we don't do this now, we don't even understand the definition of the words. I mean, freedom, justice, and American way or whatever. What the heck is that? So this is them being so educated in libertarian philosophy, which has been the driving force, you know, the common sense, Thomas Paine kind of what the cause is. I just want to know if they understand the cause. What do you think, Glenn? The cause is what?
Yes, they do understand, at least the ones we've talked to. We haven't had deep conversations with everyone that we've met, but the leaders certainly do seem that, and it's impressive that many of them have not traveled significantly outside the country. It's not like they're world travelers all over Europe and America, but they understand this without having traveled. They understand that the battle in Venezuela is an international battle and part of an international battle, and the solution is or I should say universal. The solutions are the universal principles, the liberal principles.
Okay, I am going to do what I can to help. We got a bunch of other stuff that we're working on, but it certainly dovetails, and if we can duplicate some of the effort to help you guys, I'm all over it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put up here and send to them. I want them to see this. Philosophy of Libertad. Now, we've done this here in the U.S., and it's with great effect, and I just want to make sure. Gosh darn it, I was typing on the wrong screen. All right, we'll get them all hooked up. Thanks for listening, guys. Tell you, if you go to the live stream, you get some more, and, of course, in the archive, we're going to be planning the evolution of Latin America. I know why. Because we can. According to members of the night. All right, there we go. Now, this is what I was on the wrong keyboard. I got so many freaking keyboards here. All right, hold on a second. Filosofía de la Libertad. Boom. All right. How many people you got in the room there?
Okay, right now it's the three of us. It's
All right.
Kyle and Maria and me.
All right. Well, we won't have to go through all this whole thing. But the philosophy of liberty is done here so that, it's online. I would like them to see it, Glenn, to see if this included in some DVDs, and I'm sure they got some other stuff. You send me a file, but I want this included because the thing is that if they understand it's about owning yourself, the rest is just a mop-up operation. I mean, once you get that, we're done, So this, if you can get a video that's sent to me or what they want included in it, we can create DVDs by the thousands for them to distribute. But I need to know the format so that it'll play in their DVD players. If we didn't know that, they've been a whole bunch of these in Egypt and they wouldn't have been able to be played. And it went viral. You know how it went. And I want this to happen again. I've been waiting for someone we've been trying to work with, but they're distracted on other stuff. But these guys seem like street activists. You want to get the people to understand the cause, whatever that is, common sense kind of thing. That's where I dwell. That's where I want to help. That's where we can print up we can give them all kinds of stuff. Hell, we laser cut different things and coasters to doing pirates and be all pirated up and translate. You Yasik, get me somebody, an intern that can do some translations. We'll do that. We'll kick ass.
Wonderful.
Okay. Ernie, I have a couple of questions for you, but I can send them in email.
No, go ahead. I don't care as long as they're not secret because it's going out.
Okay, Kyle will be in Phoenix.
Yeah, the night.
Kyle will be in Phoenix November 9th. He's on his way to Wilcox, where he's doing some work in a hospital. But he will have a day free in Phoenix on Friday the 9th.
The 9th of November?
Yes, this Friday.
Okay,
so,
what am I doing? Yeah, you're welcome to come by if you just need a place to hang, but I leave Thursday to go to G. Edward Griffin's event in Nevada.
Okay, so our question is, with all this background about Colombia and especially Venezuela, if you know anybody in Phoenix who might have a special interest, especially contributing funds we have many projects which I'll tell you about later, but Kyle is especially interested in meeting potential donors. You got to have this. I can, the guys with the money to do this kind of stuff would be the discussion group. Hell, you probably know more of the guys with the money than I do. But my main thing is that I always have something for them to invest in. It's always, give me the money and I'll build it. And I'll go, hell, I built it. Now come give me the money. I mean, so this is, I'm more about, just helping and do it and kind of, I don't want to talk about it. What do you guys need? All right, here's how we can do it, and here's a bunch of stuff. Go do it. Peace out. I just give somebody money. I never see what happens with it, So yes, what you've already suggested, what you've already offered is really great. I think it sounds like the perfect thing at the perfect time.
I do too. Let's do it. Waiting on you now.
Our challenge is going to be getting the DVDs into Venezuela. We're going to have to use a group that takes things across the border via an irregular route.
Even better. It's cooler as hell.
But we'll bring the DVDs to Colombia, bring them to the border, and we'll get them into the hands of the activists, and then they'll spread out throughout the country, and they'll all get distributed in their street events.
Are QR codes used? I mean, they have smartphones there and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
See, we're all about, one of the things that we did is about the size of a door, and had a bunch of cut bumper stickers on it. And we had QR codes at various different sizes, to the point that you put it in, all the porta-johns at events. You put it in the high-rise bathroom in the john on the meter for parking. You put it at the bus station. I mean, all these QR codes with saying, silly status taxes are for slaves, whatever the heck. All of these QR codes, you go blip and it goes to a site. If I had those back in the 90s when I was doing the activism that you guys are doing, I'd been a force to be reckoned with just on that. I mean, be a pain in the butt. So we're looking.
do something like that. Absolutely. And I mean, we can put these different things in the walls, in the bathroom, in the metro, in Iraq.
So what do I, what I need to do? Send you money? Hell no. What I need is you guys to give me the artwork, whatever it is that you want. We do go to Liberty Stickers, a guy that we know here is, friendly towards the Lovolution. And we say, hey, man, this is what kind of deal can we get? Boom! And you get thousands of these that you can just distribute, and you're sending people to whatever. It's like, these stickers, I got laptop stickers coming out my butt, but you might want to just, put them, you have okay, this is what we do. You have, where are people sitting that they have their smartphone with them and they got nothing else to do, okay? They're either sitting at a train station, a bus station, they're, a lot of times they're in a toilet or filling up their car with gas. So here, here, I guess more people probably have cars, but we have every single gas pump had these QR silly status, taxes are for slaves, or whatever the hell you want to put it. Viva la, who gives a crap? And you put that up there, and while they're sitting there filling up their car, blip.
Wonderful.
I mean, I got old style timey activism. We can get you packages of stuff, but like we did with Tahrir Square, it cost us hundreds of dollars just to ship it to Alexandria for them to take it into Tahrir. So I'm just, so I understand, but I need people that I can help. And it's directly with me, Glenn. I am not sending money or going to get money and kind of sort of no. This is what we did. I need $250.16 to ship it, and we do it, and they go, boom, boom, got it, send it, you got it, done. Next. Send them to a place where they can donate to you. Create your own revenue stream there, and we'll help with that. But just sending money, that's just not me. I send actual stuff that I know is going to be useful.
Understood. We'll figure this out. We'll be in touch in the next couple of days, and we'll figure out the way to do that. What it's probably going to be is like I'll be able to bring a suitcase full of this when I come to Colombia next time, which should be next month.
Maybe.
Because I'm coming more or less every month, maybe every other, because I'm working at the border here as a volunteer physician.
Well, coordinate with Jacek. If he's got, he needs to be shopping for an intern that can do social media, speaks English well and Spanish, and I can intern. I get him to work on this, and, I'll pay him a little something, give him something, but this is really just having the resources and the base and the time to come here and sit here and do the activism with people that know activism. Because we have, Freedom's Phoenix is translated into like 30, we'll get some, but I need some activists. And it looks like you're tapping into some at a really good place at a really good time. Venezuela, Colombia, on the border there with people this is amazing. And we have a lot of contacts in Panama that have, their own version and vision of what's going on in Latin America. But the big thing to me is down to the individual. If you can get the individual inspired, that they have material, that there's a cause that they're pushing, and it's consistent, then we can have, people here in America. Hell, Jacob Hornberger, don't you, Glenn?
Yeah, we've met, yes.
Well, you know what he represents and who he is. Him running for Libertarian president and speaking Spanish, I think you might get a trip out of him. You know what I mean?
Sounds good to me.
All right, I'm like, oh, you guys, you're killing me, man. It's right. Just said 5 minutes from now when I go on to another project. So you got to help me do that. But I tell you, Jacek and you guys work together and you get somebody, one of these got something, but I need somebody smart and capable of doing social media, speaks English and Spanish. You give me that person that's, got, libertarian, smart individual, it's a hard worker, man, I'll show you what's up.
Great.
All right, wonderful.
Wonderful.
Okay.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Very good.
Thanks, guys. Peace.
We're off to the border. See you soon.
Good luck. Send me a text or something. Don't leave me hanging. I find out a month from now you guys are in some unmarked grave or something. Come on. Keep me informed, all right?
You do. Thanks.
All right. Peace, guys.
Peace.
All right. I got to pack my bags here and get...
All right, bye.